Hey guys. Hey, you know what? We have Paul Schexnayder, children's artist, author, children's book author.
Yes.
And we're doing something new today that we're going to continue each month called the Writer's Block. And it's all about fun books for kids, fun books for families. And Paul, I thought we'd start out with your stuff, your books.
Well,
so let's talk a little bit about what you've got.
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to get like a 3-book deal with UL because they had just started their children's book department. And so I wrote a story, and they wanted a 3-book series of it. And these are in the time of the series, and it's about a live oak tree, the origins of our live oak trees, basically. And then, I've always painted alligators and whatnot, and I came up with a story about 2 alligators named Fran and Van Harahan.
I love that.
And so that's the Gumbo Gators.
Okay, now this is a good book. I really like this.
Thank you.
The Gumbo Gators.
Yeah.
Because it's a fun story.
It is. They want to cook a gumbo, so they travel around the whole state picking up all the ingredients. And a new book is coming out, debuting by my friend Mary Beth Broussard, another gumbo. It's like gumbo season.
Yeah.
So her book is Gumbo Weather. And I did the illustrations. It was really fun to work on, and it's a different book from the Gators, of course. But it's about a little girl who wants to have gumbo, but it's in the summertime and it's scorching hot, and her grandmother just refuses until it's gumbo weather.
Oh,
so,
I love that.
Yeah, and the dog is the best thing in it, I think.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So when you're writing for kids, it's a lot different than writing for adults,
Right.
Because like the Gumbo Gators, I think it's such a clever idea. But was your intention to kind of show kids what goes on in the state? They're traveling around and doing that.
Right. I think signing books and meeting people. I always ask them where they're from, and they are all over the state, and they look through the book and say, "Oh, is Bossier City here?" Or DeRitter, and they look, and it's great.
I love that. I love that.
Right.
Now, if we want to find you online, how do we find you online?
Scheck.com. SCHEX.com. And I want to talk about one other book.
Sure, absolutely.
UL has a event coming up on October 12th. Josette and her friends cook a gumbo. That's the name of their book. It's a children's book, and it's by Alyssa East.
Okay.
And they're having a big function on that day at 6 to 8 at the Roy House.
At the Roy House, okay.
Yes.
So, Paul, you're going to join us every month.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about children's books. Right. You're going to introduce us a few local authors.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on with books over in New Iberia, isn't there?
Oh yeah, we have the book festival in April, the literary festival, and at the end of October is the state library book festival.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
They have great baseball caps. I got their baseball cap. Hey, you know what? Yeah. We are going to go over to Adam. And we'll have Paul back next month.